A table, signorina?
No, thank you. I'll go to the bar.
How many scotches will this buy?
2, including service charge.
Fine, that's what we'll have. Unless you prefer something else.
I prefer to be left alone.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, our specialty for the evening. None other than the proprietor and star of Orso Bruno. Our own Tina will perform the bear dance.
It's okay, gentlemen. All I need's a drink.
Miss Tina will want to thank you for this. Drinks in the house.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry for what happened. Please make yourself comfortable. Drinks are on the house. Everything is all right. Music, please. Music. She'd like to see you in her apartment.
Good deal. Not every day I get the chance of free drinks and a date with a stripper.
Through the door. Upstairs on the left.
Thank you.
Enjoy yourselves, gentlemen, ladies. Come on, Antonio. Where are those drinks?
Come in.
Hi.
You usually make a habit of chasing gunmen who try to kill strippers?
Only on Thursdays.
Lucky for me, today is Thursday, thanks.
My pleasure.
Did you see what he looked like?
Yeah, he's a big guy. Got some bruises on his face by now. Oh, yeah. And he has rather big feet.
Oh, that's a great help.
My consolation is that one day I'm going to meet up with him again. I have a peculiar dislike of people who kick me in the stomach. I really love it.
No, not this time. All I know is that 2 days ago I nearly got run down by a car, and it wasn't an accident. And yesterday somebody came and turned this whole apartment upside down.
I would have thought it more interesting if they turned the bear upside down.
Oh. What's your name?
I'm called Steve by my friends, when I can find any.
Have a drink, Steve.
Thank you. I'll share yours.
Be my guest. How long have you been in Trieste?
2 hours, 17 minutes.
And how long do you plan to stay?
I'll get my walking papers.
What's your profession?
That's a very good question. I suppose you could call me a professional.
How would you like to work for me?
Well, I'm afraid my Cossack dancing's a little rusty.
Oh, it's not dancing that I had in mind.
Keep talking.
I need somebody to, protect me.
Oh, well, that's a new twist. I've never been a bodyguard to a stripper before.
Well, I suppose the first time for everything.
All right.
That's my bedroom in there. You'll be sleeping on the divan.
Sleep?
Yes. Partly. Look, I need you to keep an eye open for anything that looks like trouble.
Certainly, but will that do any good? I mean, if they can't get at you while I'm here, they just wait till I'm gone. Why don't you go to the police?
I don't pay you to ask the questions. You're here to protect me.
Yeah, well, come to think of it, the police aren't any great friends of mine either. But I have to have some facts just to do my job.
Of course. Well, why don't we have a bite to eat downstairs?
Wonderful.
Take a seat while I slip something on.
All right. Say, if you own this place, you're a lucky girl. Got a rich daddy?
No. My father passed on 6 weeks ago. Anyway, I hadn't seen him for nearly 20 years. It's only since he died that my trouble seemed to have started. His bank in Switzerland sent me an envelope which he told them to let me have on his death. There wasn't very much inside, I must say. Sit me up, please. I'll tell you the rest over dinner.
Right. Here we go. There.
Thank you.
Now, according to the terms of my employment agreement with you, I now know as much as I'm supposed to know, right?
That's quite right.
All right, let's see if I got it straight. Now, your father was German vice consul in Trieste at the outbreak of the war. Now, then he gets a post as diplomatic courier, and he's never seen again. But his paychecks come in regularly. Then comes the end of the war, no more checks. Things are getting a little rough. Until all of a sudden, more money. But this time in cash. Pretty good hunks. Then Papa dies, and he leaves you an envelope. And in the envelope is a message. A list of 8 names and addresses, 5 of which are crossed off. There's 1 name without an address and some sort of map. Now, according to your father's message, you are supposed to write to those people who are not crossed off, and they will send you money. And this you do, and what happens? No money. And people start trying to kill you. So you need a bodyguard, right?
Quite right.
Do I look like I fell off a Christmas tree?
What do you mean by that?
Oh, look, honey, if you want to play games, go and find yourself another boy. If I'm going to play bodyguard, I may be killed. But I don't want to be killed without knowing why.
I promise you that's all I can tell you. At the moment.
Oh, you mean maybe more later, huh?
Maybe. Only if you can help me find the answers to some questions.
All righty. But, you know, for this kind of job, I need a little more than bed and breakfast. I'm a good gambler. There may be a pot of gold at the end of this. Partner.
Partner.
Huh. Shall we say 25% of your cut? If I chase the bogeyman away for good. Is it a deal?
It's a deal. Partner. Don't look now, but one of my customers appears to be very interested in our conversation.
Oh.
At the bar.
Do you think that someone who stubs out cigarettes on human flesh might not be averse to hiring gunmen?
I've seen her in here before. Do you think she might be mixed?
I don't know. Look, I want to see those names and addresses.
All right, in my apartment.
I was hoping they would be. Shall we? Which have not been crossed off this list are your legacy. They will pay you as long as they do not obtain this document and know that it's in safekeeping. Either memorize the information contained in this paper and destroy it, or place it with someone you trust, your father. Hey, that's rather an interesting ending.
Oh, you notice it says someone I trust? I don't think I know such a person. Yet. So you don't mind if I keep it to you?
Not at all. At one point, there's no mention of the country that map refers to. Have you any idea where it might be?
Oh, now, would I be hiring you if I did? How about combining business with a little pleasure?
Well, I've got a one-track mind. Do we concentrate on business or on pleasure?
Business can get so tedious. Don't you think?
Telegraph office.
I beg your pardon?
I have a birthday telegram for you. Shall I sing it now or shall I come upstairs?
Do you know what time it is?
We deliver at all hours.
I don't like practical jokes. If you don't go away, I will call the police.
If you do, I'll tell Lieutenant Klaus Hendorf.
First floor, apartment 11.
To you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Mario. Happy birthday to you.
All right, you've had your joke. What do you want?
It's cold out here. I need a drink.
Come in.
Thank you.
It is 4 o'clock in the morning. Please state your business and get out. I'm tired.
I'm tired too, and I need that drink. I come on behalf of my client.
Who is your client?
Tina Campino.
I have never heard of her.
The lieutenant was her father.
Who are you?
That doesn't matter. Will you join me?
Do you know what I could do?
You couldn't do anything. I know too much. And my information is well enough shared. It would be most awkward if I disappeared.
Where do you fit into all this?
Oh, right in the middle. Right in the middle. Ever hear of Mr. 25%? That's me.
I don't know who you are, where you come from, or anything about you.
You're not supposed to.
But I'm a peaceful man. I dislike violence, and I hate inconvenient scenes. Therefore, I'm willing to offer you $1,000 to get out of Trieste and stay out. You look like a type that appreciates a cash offer.
You're kidding, of course. $1,000? Why, to a man who knows as much as I do, that's not a payment, that's a tip.
If you provided me with a certain document, the figure would be a little higher.
Such as 10,000?
There's the door.
You really want me to go? Look, I'm open to any reasonable proposition, but somehow I don't think we're going to do business together. There are others who will offer better terms. But in any case, you can always reach me at the Orso Bruno. Oh, by the way, something I almost forgot. I wouldn't if I were you. Your friend is suffering from something you may very easily catch yourself.
Just poured myself a glass of breakfast. You want some?
No, thank you. I'll wait till sundown.
It's already dark in Hong Kong.
You're rushing the seasons, aren't you?
Well, it never pays to be late.
I'll be down in a moment.
Oh, what do you know?
I want to talk business.
Well, fine. You're a man after my own heart. You want a beer?
No. I've come to make an offer. $20,000 cash as an outright settlement to you and Miss Campino. You deliver to me the documents in her possession. And finita la commedia.
20,000, huh? Oh. Oh, that's certainly a more interesting offer than last night's. But I don't think that we ought to do a deal right now. After all, the others must have a chance to make a bid. It's only fair.
Others. Then the list gives all our names.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but you wouldn't be interested in the others, would you?
Take it any way you wish. But that is my final proposition.
And if I refuse?
$20,000 is more useful to the living than to the dead.
You've got a point there. Tell me, how long have you been blackmailed?
Too long.
And now you want to change rules? Well, they tell me that murderers and blackmailers have a short life expectancy. What does Dubrovnik mean to you?
Dubrovnik. A very beautiful city in Yugoslavia?
Right now, the weather in Dubrovnik must be perfect for deep sea fishing. If you want to improve on this morning's bid, you can always call me at the Crystal Hotel.
I may have to visit Dubrovnik on business, so we may meet. I'll give my kindest regards to... I've forgotten their names for the moment.
I'm not surprised. I didn't mention them.
Well, how did the interview go?
Interesting. Do you mind if I say something nasty about your father?
Well, Mother got in there first, but go ahead.
It seems that his income and your heritage was a pretty hefty touch of blackmail. Yeah, that's right, gorgeous. That vague little map, the list that you inherited, were all part of something your father's friends have been trying to forget for years. Mario has just offered you $20,000 for it. Now, if you want to go ahead and take the money, that's okay by me, but you can exclude my cut. I do most things, but blackmail's a little bit out of my line.
Mine, too. I promise you I didn't know it was blackmail.
All right. Well, just one thing. Either now I get all the facts or I go. And you're left playing Russian roulette with a fully loaded gun.
Well, all I can remember is there's something my mother said many years ago. It's all very vague. It had to do with an ex-German army colonel who used to work with my father.
Yeah, go on.
Well, it concerned a lot of money that my father was carrying for the Germans when he was captured by the British. Well, that's about all.
Just where was your father captured?
I don't know. If I knew that, maybe the map would make some sense.
Yeah. All right, let's see what we got. 5 names crossed off, 4 left. 3 with addresses, 1 without. They're all on a piece of paper possessed by a girl who seems to be #1 target for violence. I think there's more than money involved.
Well, I don't intend to be #1 target for anybody. I enjoy being alive far too much. Will you help me, please, Steve?
If you're playing straight with me, that's exactly what I aim to do. But just now, you're not a very good insurance risk. Look, I don't know what lies at the end of this rainbow. Maybe a crock of gold. Maybe just a bag full of Nixon from President buttons. But if we can get everybody together and bluff our way through to all the various bits and pieces, we may just put the jigsaw together. Now, do you have a car?
Yes.
Passport in order?
Of course. Everyone in Trieste has a passport in order.
All right, I'll tell you what you do. Pack a toothbrush, get all the cash you can, because we're leaving for Dubrovnik.
But isn't that where...
That's right. That's where a certain Mr. Letov lives. Oh, by the way, I hope you're not a nervous traveler. Because some people may not want us to get there in one piece.
Well, that'll keep our friend busy for some time. Or perhaps we can concentrate on the scenery. All right, Dubrovnik, here we come.
Now, this is it. Ulica Zhudioshka. Leadov's house will be right at the top of the hill. You better leave this to me. Wait for me in the cafe across the way.
Oh, but...
No buts. Back in half an hour. The prize is 90% of the battle.
Yes?
I'd like to see Mr. Letov, please.
He's not receiving visitors.
I think he'll see me.
But,
It's all right. I take it you're Fyodor Letov. I represent Miss Tina Campino. His father was Lieutenant Klaus Hendorf. I come to talk to you about her inheritance. I'm a patient man. If you want to go ahead and finish your concerto, by all means do so. But sooner or later, you and I are going to have to discuss business. I presume I may take a chair.
Please, take a chair.
What do you know? Can I get you an ashtray?
There's no need, thank you. I believe you wish to see Mr. Letov.
That's right.
I'm afraid you won't get any answers. He's deaf and dumb. And very ill.
Oh, I see. In that case, I must talk to you.
Now we've seen my father.
Your father? Then you are...
I'm Nadia. What do you wish?
It's about Miss Campino. According to my records, your father is behind in his payments to her.
I'm sure you're making a mistake. We never heard of Miss Campino.
You're paying a great deal of attention to someone you've never heard of. Of course, it might be coincidence that you were at the Bilsaubrunno when somebody tried to shoot her. Coincidence, too, no doubt, that you followed me all the way to Mario Cortez's house.
We know nothing about him either.
You're untrue to form, Miss Liedorf. I suppose now you're going to tell me you've never heard of Lieutenant Klaus Hendorf.
How much will you take for you and your clan to get out of our lives once and for all?
You know, a few hours ago, I'd have named the figure. But now all I want is a piece of information.
What information?
Where was your father when Italy capitulated? And where was the lieutenant captured?
My father said his wartime experience is no concern of yours. And he does not know where the lieutenant was captured.
You mean he wouldn't have been blackmailed if he did?
We are not rich people, but we are willing to pay. Please accept money and leave us in peace.
There's not going to be any peace for anybody until this whole business is cleared up. But this much I promise you. If you trust me, there's not going to be any more blackmail, either for you or the others.
The others?
Oh, surely you know who I mean. You think you don't? Who knows, I may even agree to represent you. For a small fee, of course. Find me this evening, Rue 23, Crystal Hotel. Now, please, don't bother. I'll see myself out. Or, by the way, I was raised by an aunt who was deaf and dumb. I used sign language before I could even talk.
Well, have you finished your business with the little brunette?
What little brunette?
You know very well the one I mean. The one that was following you. The one that's been in my club so often lately.
Oh, she's just a sweet, wholesome girl looking after her poor crippled pappy. He's deaf and dumb. He's also number 2 on your father's list.
That's amazing. And what sort of a deal did you make with her? Ha.
Darling, your Slivovich is showing.
That's what I like about you. You inspire such confidence.
I think we'd better get back to the hotel. I'm expecting some callers, and you can freshen up. See you downstairs about half an hour, huh? 1 or 2 things I want to think about. I think better alone.
I came here to tell you, if I had brothers, you would not live through the night.
But you have many brothers.
I thought all what you wanted was information.
Well, that's the main course. What's wrong with an appetizer?
Oh, you big, strong man. Never grow up, do you? You all consider yourselves Don Juan, the great lover, the irresistible. Hasn't anyone ever told you that it's better to be loved than to love? They forgot to tell you that the female of the species is the more deadly. Do I make myself clear?
Oh, perfectly.
I happen to love and respect my father. And I'll do anything to protect him. Only one consideration stops me using this knife. Are you more important to me alive or dead?
Well, don't ask me. I'm prejudiced. Oh.
If you're going to live, you can tell your friends that you cut yourself shave.
I cut myself shaving.
What do you really want?
Well, as I told you, I just want to know where Lieutenant Klaus Hendorf was captured.
What does it mean to you?
The end of the rainbow. Christmas cards for everybody instead of obituaries.
How do I know you're telling the truth?
You don't. Just have to trust me. If I don't find what we're looking for, somebody else will. And we're right back where we started. Thank you. That's better.
If I cooperate with you, will you help me as well as her?
No, of course. She's not wearing my fraternity pin yet. Oh, the fee is 25%.
This is not important. Whatever is good, you're welcome to that 25%. But whatever is bad, we will destroy.
You just got yourself a deal, partner.
I think we must not keep your other client or clients waiting much longer.
No, maybe not. Oh, thanks.
Table, sir. Table for two?
3. Come to think of it, better make it 4. By the way, do you happen to see the young lady with auburn hair and a fashionable Slivovich?
There was a young lady answering that description here a few minutes ago. She was waiting for a friend. She said she'd be back.
Oh, that's fine. Let's make ourselves comfortable, shall we? Now, what will you have?
Vodka. I like vodka.
She likes vodka.
Make it 2. Oh, and bring a bottle of Slivovich in a nice tall glass for our redhead when she gets back, huh?
All right, sir.
She's back. So this must be the sweet, wholesome girl you were telling me about.
Tina Campino, Nadia Litov. You two will have to get to know each other a lot better.
Yes, I'm sure. Did you just come downstairs?
This is the young lady whose father I met earlier today. You know, the one I told you about.
I hope you do not mind. It seems we have many things of mutual interest.
Yes, it does. Doesn't it? Oh, you poor dear. Did you hurt yourself?
I cut myself shaving.
You have to be very careful of razor blades. They can be terribly dangerous.
Yes, they can.
Tell me, dear, what do you do for a living?
I don't work.
What a shame. I always think it makes a girl feel so much more independent when she can earn her own living.
My father won't permit it.
Then your father must have a lot of money.
Not anymore. He had to give most of it away. No doubt you must have heard about that.
Yes. Well, I have to be my own breadwinner now.
How independent. How wonderful. And what do you do for a living?
I thought you knew. You've seen my act often enough.
Oh, yes, of course. How foolish of me to forget.
And I sing, too.
Yes? Lovely.
Do you know The Power of Love?
The power of love.
When you hold me, I'm yours completely. It's as simple as A, B, C, D. Maybe that's the power of love. Every little flower needs rain from above. So eager rivers flow down to the sea to meet the ocean's kiss strengthen my love. As Mother Nature knows, whatever lives and grows goes hand in glove together. So be sure you never underestimate the power of love. As Mother Nature knows, whatever lives and grows goes hand in glove together. So be sure you never underestimate the power of love. It's as simple as A, B, C, D.
Hello. I hope you don't mind my joining you like this, but it is so nice seeing an old friend again.
Thank you. Do I have to make the introductions?
Hardly. It is many years ago. Perhaps you don't remember me. You've grown up.
Did you drive down?
Oh, no. I flew. I was called here on urgent business, so I chartered a plane.
Oh, how wise. The roads here are very treacherous, you know. Only today there was an accident right behind us.
Really? It was reported to the police?
No. No one was hurt.
I'm so glad. Well, now, I think we've had the preliminaries. Shall we get down to business?
Well, that really depends on what kind of business you're in.
Many other people have wondered that. Up to now, I've always been known as a freelance. Highly individual, but very profitably so. However, now I think the time has come for me to consolidate my business and go into partnership.
25%. It seems that in this case, 4 heads are better than 1.
So long as I give the orders.
Right. Wrong. I don't like people who kick me in the stomach, and I don't like cars that try to run me off mountain roads. Keep smiling, Mario. You're supposed to enjoy the music. As I squeeze ever so gently on your little finger, you're going to learn to listen. If you cry out or make a noise, I shall break your finger in 2. Now, smile for Daddy, huh? Hmm? Why don't you say something clever, Mario? I know, tell us a funny story. Well, go on, tell us a funny story. No? All right, I'll tell you one. Once upon a time, there was a cat who ate a rat, and a dog that ate the cat that ate the rat. Then a lion ate the dog that ate the cat that ate the rat. The point, Mario. There are no lions in this association. We are all rats. All right, let's have a little drink to celebrate our new association, shall we? No? That's better. May I be allowed to be the chairman of this meeting? There are 4 of us here, all of whom have an excellent reason for wanting to obtain what is at the end of our quest. But as I see it, 5 heads are even better than 4.
5?
That's right.
I don't believe I understand.
Let him talk. He's my agent.
He's mine, too.
Well, I'm everybody's agent. And in as much as I have 25% of everybody's share, that makes me the largest single stockholder, so, I give the orders. Right? And as I want to live to a ripe old age, certain information which I will keep to myself. Now, we are all going on a voyage sometime tomorrow afternoon. You are to meet me at the Grotto Club, not later than 5 o'clock. And there we shall meet the 5th member of our cartel. Well, I think that just about concludes the business of the meeting. I now declare it adjourned. I shall take the unescorted lady back to her father's house, safe and sound. Oh, by the way, do you happen to have any money? I like to feel I pay the bill. Oh, thank you. Shall we?
It seems we've made a devil's pact. Too bad you and I didn't get together earlier, from every point of view.
Is it?
You need not take me home. I'm well known here. These are my friends, my people.
I just want to be sure you get home in one piece. After all, I now have a vested interest. You won't be needing this anymore. Yeah.
You know what to do, and you know where to go. This time we don't want any mistakes. You take the little boat and you meet me at the entrance to the Grotto Club. All right?
Yes, sir.
For you, it's simple. You just do everything he says, then get away as quickly as possible. Okay?
I presume. I hope you had good sailing weather. So now let us discuss affairs of mutual interest. It's been a very interesting conversation. See you later.
Ma che cosa? That's better. You are Michel Duval, aren't you? What do you want with me?
When you get people to impersonate you, you have to remember that when a man's rich enough to have a large yacht, he's also mentioned in the gossip columns. The gentleman that you planted here was drinking rum, whereas the newspapers made a distinct point that you never drink anything. Sorry. Well, I must say you're not very sociable. But you're going to ask me to have a drink. The least you can do. After all, you've come all the way from Athens just to meet me here.
I assume it was you who sent me the anonymous telegram.
In person.
All right. Now that I'm here, what is your proposition?
Scotch double.
Large Scotch and a small mineral water.
Want to know my proposition? The same as the others have already accepted. Oh, yes.
Others?
You have companions in, shall we say, distress. I have a flat fee, 25%.
What makes you think I shall be interested in this?
Oh, I think you will be. You are. Otherwise, you wouldn't have brought that gorgeous yacht of yours here all the way from Athens. You need me. And that's why it's so foolish to have impersonators trail me. You never get information that way. The two principals have to meet. It's a matter of business. All right. Is it a deal? Or do you want to go on paying for the rest of your life?
Tell me, what exactly goes on in your mind?
The others get here in about an hour. We board your yacht and sail.
Sail? Sail, but where?
That information I get 25%. Oh, there may be an added bonus.
Bonus? What's this?
A document that could so easily be destroyed.
You know, now you start to interest me.
No extra charge.
You know, it's a pity we had to meet in such unfortunate circumstances. A girl like you should be taken care of, spoiled, caressed.
Oh, now, Mario, it's only 4:30 in the afternoon. I think you're wasting a perfectly good approach.
You're in love with him, of course.
Frankly, I haven't had much time to think about it. At present, I'm just a little tired.
Well, surely not too tired for a proposition. I mean, business proposition. Your friend said 5 heads are better than 1, but 2 could share a lot more than 5, don't you think? Now, with your knowledge and mine, just you and I could share.
Keep talking.
Well, you tell me what you know, and I'll tell you what I know, and then we become partners.
And then your partner has a very nasty accident and you own 100%.
Oh, you misunderstand me, my darling. I wouldn't dream of doing
No,
such.
not much you wouldn't. Now, first, you tell me what you know. And then I'll let you know if I'm interested in your proposition.
You want to know where your father was captured, don't you? Or where he was traveling with that diplomatic bag with, well, you know what. Now, if I told you I could get that information, would you then consider that partnership?
If you could get it. That's what makes this whole conversation so amusing. You just told me that you don't really know anything. You're on a little fishing expedition. Anything you can find out, so can I. I think we'll let this little cartel sit as it does for the moment, don't you? I'll take my chances with Mr. 25%.
You mean Nadia?
Oh, I have my own ways of looking after my interests.
Don't worry, Father. Soon all will be over. And then they will never be able to bother you again. Never.
think you've made your point. Partner. You know, when I take a partner, I expect loyalty, complete and absolute. Not only when things are good, but also when they are bad. You know, it's like a marriage, for better or for worse. It's how you say, till death us do part.
I take it that seeing me again has made you so breathless.
Don't flatter yourself. I had to run. Someone was following me.
Oh. Oh, may I introduce Michelle Duval, Miss Nadia Litov? I'm sure her father's an old friend of yours.
But, of course, we've even worked together. Tell me, how is he?
He's very ill. He lost his hearing and his voice in an accident.
Oh, I'm deeply sorry. Please convey to him my sympathy. This must have come as a great shock to you.
It did.
Ah, here are the others. Good afternoon. Meet our fifth member, Michelle Duval. This is Bustina Campino, with whom no doubt you've corresponded recently. Her father's name was Hendolf.
I was deeply sorry to learn that he had passed on.
Yes, I'm sure.
Mr. Mario Cortese?
It's been a long time, my friend.
Not long enough.
He showed us very kindly offered to take us on a sea voyage. Or should I call it a treasure hunt? And I think we're just about ready to weigh anchor, Commodore.
Yes, you just follow me. My little boat is waiting for us at the entrance below.
From your surprised expressions, I gather that you're trying to figure out how I came to know where Klaus Hendorf was finally captured. Well, the answer's very simple. There never was a Klaus Hendorf. Your father was a German intelligence officer, and intelligence officers don't normally use their own names. Well, gentlemen, you certainly spent a lot of time trying to trace a name that never existed. But then that's not really surprising, considering all the nasty, dishonorable things that you were both involved in. You know, as a matter of fact, if I were a betting man, I'd lay odds that everybody on that list was working for the Allies and selling information to the Nazis. How much do they bribe you with, Mario? $100,000?
50,000 pounds sterling.
How about you, Michelle? The same amount?
No, my friend. You are wrong. Absolutely wrong. When you're working for a cause you love, you don't cheapen yourself with money.
But you weren't even tempted. You were a rich man anyway. Still are. So you won't even be interested to hear that there may be over $1 million at the end of our journey. Oh, no, it's the final destruction of the evidence against you. That's what you want.
But, Steve...
Want to know how I first suspected Klaus Hendorf never existed? It was that list of names. Remember the last one? Otto Schultz. The only name without an address. And then your father's message. He didn't sign himself Klaus Hendorf. Merely your father. So yesterday I sent a cable to an old buddy of mine on a Berlin newspaper. He looked up the war records and I got the answer. The Commodore set your course straight through the Suez Canal to East Africa.
East Africa?
That's right. Our port is Shafratula on the coast of Somaliland, where intelligence officer Otto Schultz, alias Klaus Hendorf, finally surrendered himself to the British forces after having buried our little treasure. Well, I feel like a shower. May I borrow your stateroom, Michelle? Thank you.
Don't take it to heart, sir. I know the truth hurts. But you must realize we're all creatures of clay. Easily bought, easily sold. For many reasons. Some black, some white, some gray. Try and see it in this light. Your father wasn't really guilty of treason. He never received the money that was offered to him. Well, come to think of it, that can apply to us all.
The ship is clear. Passengers may leave.
Fine. Now, we want to equip a small hunting safari. Can you recommend an outfitters?
Yes, sir. If you turn left on the main street, you'll get everything you need at Mr. Bajetti's store. He's very good. Very cheap prices and very nice men. And the only one in town.
Fine. Thank you very much indeed. Shall we?
Thank you.
Yeah, that seems pretty good. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks to Mr. Bajati here, we now have the finest equipment in the whole of Somalia. I hope. Get me one that works, will you?
What time will the hunting car be ready?
Oh, about an hour. It's just been serviced and filled with gas. Actually, you know, going into the African bush for over a week as we are, we need more tentage and boys. The interior can be very dangerous to those that don't know it. But I take it that we want to keep it a private safari, right?
Oh, but of course. You know, there are always so many servants around me that this will make a nice change. Tell me, where do you propose we should start our hunting?
I would suggest due west and head for Mount Lola Laquina.
Mount Lola Laquina?
That's right.
But isn't that where the British cut off the Italians during the war in 1944?
What a remarkable memory you have.
If we are going to hunt near Lola Laquina, by what route do you propose to get there?
There are many. But, according to this map, the best thing we can do is to go straight along the Wassa River and then due north.
Is that the only map we've got?
Yes, as a matter of fact, it is. We're very lucky. It's the only one Bajani has.
Then don't we need some compasses?
We've got them. I bought one for each of you. As a kind of, life insurance. Michelle, if you care to, write out the check, you know, for the full amount of the equipment and the car.
With pleasure.
Thank you. It's, a deposit, just in case we don't come back.
You're so cheerful this morning.
Am I? Not half as cheerful as I should be when we see that waterfall on the slopes of Lola Laquina, where that huge great tree stretched right across it. Well, let's get the show on the road, shall we? Or as they say in Swahili, Fonga Safari. More coffee?
Oh, thank you.
You're getting tired?
Not really.
That's good. Got a long way to go. Oh, it's a beautiful country, isn't it? I guess we better be getting... Don't move. Nadia, don't move. Whatever you do, keep perfectly still. I'm going to count to 3, and then I want you to jump away from that bush. That's to your left. Okay? 1, 2, 3. Jump!
It's lucky for you. He's such a good shot, isn't it, Nadia?
All right, let's get moving, shall we? Come on.
I'll get more water.
All right. I'll come with you.
Don't do that. You startled me.
I meant to.
That's not very friendly.
Neither are you. When we first started out on this little expedition, I thought you liked what I had to offer. I mean, outside our business relationship.
Well, that's not my fault. You changed all that by what you tried to do to Nadia. Apparently, you have your own ways of eliminating competition. How much you pay that man a tale of the Grotto Club?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, not much you don't.
Please, believe me. Look, it had to be either Mary or Michelle who hired that man.
It could be. I don't trust anybody in this group. I don't even trust myself sometimes.
Glad we could get away from the others. I've been wanting to speak with you for a long time.
About what?
You know, if the war had finished differently, your father would have been a very important man.
Then you too believe he was a traitor?
Weren't we all? And what is a traitor? Just a man who looks after himself.
What are you trying to say?
Just this. Monsieur Steve has a liaison with Tina. Mario works alone. He's ruthless, that one. Almost as ruthless as you and I could be if we...
If we what?
If we work together.
But why?
Because you're beautiful. And because there is a bond between us. Your father and I, we work together for a great cause, which unfortunately circumstances prevented from being fulfilled. But believe me, that cause is not finished. It's still alive. I can assure you it's still alive all over the world. We could use someone like you.
Tell me, how do I fit into your plan?
Nadia, there are certain things in my life that possibly I may have missed. Things that maybe were not mine to have. But I can promise you that up till now, money and the power of money have made up for them. Please try to understand me. So you laugh at me. You dare to laugh at me. All right. Perhaps to you I am funny. Your father also once thought I was funny. But now he does not laugh. When you cannot speak and cannot hear, life is not funny anymore. Ah, that's different, isn't it? Now even you don't want to laugh.
What did you mean about my father?
All right, I'll explain. 2 years ago, there was a chance for us to work again together for the cause. But your father had begun to think differently. His mind was poisoned. So he too laughed at me. He too told me to run away just as you did. I don't want to have to teach you the same lesson.
And it was you. It was you. You devil! You devil! You devil! You...
Steve!
I couldn't stop him in time. Before I knew what had happened, he'd driven off. He must know the exact precision.
No, Mario, he doesn't. He only thinks he does. He thinks it's the waterfall at Lola Laquina, but no. I wasn't fool enough to give away the exact location. It's not very far from there, but he'll never find it.
How do we make it on foot?
Well, it'll take 2 or 3 days, but we'll make it. Thanks. For a moment, you both had me worried.
I'll collect some of firewood. It's getting dark soon. There's a long night ahead.
Wait for me. I'll help you.
What's the matter? You're getting a bit jumpy.
Am I?
You know, I always feel that there's something out there watching us all the time.
You mustn't let your imagination run away with you. Africa's always like that. At sunset, you hear things that don't really exist.
It's better that way. Even small cuts in the tropics can be serious. Wait.
Thank you.
Nania,
Yes?
the odds against our coming out of this alive are 100 to 1.
Are you afraid of dying?
Yes?
Then why do you try to kill others?
You mean Tina? I was only scaring her into making a deal. The shots in the club were blanks. And the man who followed Tina and Steve to Dubrovnik had no orders to harm them. Nadia, you love your father no matter what he's done, don't you?
Yes.
He's a lucky man. Perhaps in the beginning, if I had met a woman like you, you despise me for what I've done with my life.
Why should I? Every life must be different. The most important thing is to be true to oneself.
I wish.
This is not the moment for wishing. If we get back, that will be the moment.
I think we'd better put this fire out. No sense in being any more of a target than we have to.
Why don't we go back? Forget all this.
No. Whatever is buried must be destroyed, or it will destroy us.
It's only a hyena. It won't hurt you.
We'll sink or swim together. Since our future looks like being rather limited, don't you think we can try and see this through as friends?
Yes. You love him, don't you?
I didn't think I knew what the word meant.